The dead are killing your people as we speak.
Some will die, yes. But that is the way of nature.
This is the story of Diablo 4, Act 2, Episode 3, Nature's Cruelty. Post-witnessing the profane remains of Nefane, we gain insight into Lilith's plan to unleash a terrible beast upon the citizens of Skosglen. And so we make haste to Donan's former remaining companion, the druid Airidah, in hopes we find her before Lilith does. With the Knights of the Church of Light rumored to know Lilith's whereabouts, we aim to gain intel in the town of Braystag. Entering its soiled streets, we see a nearby knight named Yefim who declares,
I will send scores of spirits to their rest. With the light beside me, I am untouchable.
The light will protect your soul, but not your hide. Remember that well.
Spirits? What is he talking about? In the center of town near a druidic totem, we overhear more knights conversing with a local druid.
Wood will bend like grass in the wind when the spirits arrive. Physical barriers alone will not be enough.
And your talismans and dirt scrolling will give the dead greater pause.
Turning to the ginger-haired chieftain Asgale, she remarks,
You picked a fine time to visit Braystag, Wanderer. The whetstones are singing. Hearts are pounding. Sweet music for a red day.
Donan sent me.
At least you're not another knight penitent.
At least. It is us who will protect this village with our lives.
Let it be.
There is an ominous fog uphill. Mad spirits emerge from it. They'll be here shortly. Are you here to help us ward them off?
I seek a demon who passed through.
So, that's what it was. Well, this day keeps getting better, doesn't it? The demon went uphill to Airidah's domain. But unless you want to join the spirits, I wouldn't go there. It's best you stay with us.
I can lead you to Airidah.
Out of the question.
I'll be safe. Donan puts his trust in this traveler. So shall we all. Tell me when you're ready to move.
Mind what lurks in the fog, and return as soon as you can. Donan will have my head if anything happens to you.
And speaking to the diminutive diplomat Yoren, we ask, tell me about Airidah.
She's a legend. One of the druids who fought alongside my father to defeat Astaroth. I was raised on stories of her wisdom and courage.
Then we can use her help against Lilith, no doubt. Let's go.
The roads are thick with fog, so the fastest route to the hills is east, through the Weeping Cairns.
With Yoren tagging along, we seek to gather intel before wandering into the deadly fog and see a knight, Roxana, below.
Light watch over us. We live in dark times, and I do not know that we'll see the light anytime soon.
To the right is a druidic ornament, latticed branches woven to withstand strong winds of the hills, another form of protection for the locals. Superstition is strong here. On the balcony of the hut, we see what appears to be the thorn beasts meandering below, awaiting our arrival. In the middle of the town, a knight kneeling in prayer. To their left, a well-loved prayer book sits among the other knight's possessions. Prayers won't protect them from what's to come. To the northwest, a local woman, Beatrice, cooks by a fire and reflects.
The knights penitent think they understand what's out there. Think they're lights enough to face it. They're in for a shock.
Just below, a knight, Nadalia, seems to agree.
How is sparring and training with dummies supposed to prepare me for fighting ghosts? What if they turn me into one?
Crossing the town's waypoint to the southwest, we find the local inn. Inside, the innkeeper, Gregan, stands and we inquire. What do you have to offer?
We've got ale. Bread for you too, since you're not a knight penitent. No bath, though. Go to Kerrigar if you want that sort of service.
Are you worried about the fog?
We've got folks up there, in Clocheen. We're worried about them. He wouldn't be.
Do you trust the knights?
They think by flashing Yoren's pretty young face we'll put our fate in their hands. But Glenfolk have always taken care of our own.
Sitting at a dining table by an open fire, a man, Airidah, can be overheard discussing.
Can't hunt like we used to. Wasn't safe before. Damn deadly now.
Moving to leave the town, we make our way up the road and spy a small local testing a knight's patience as he works.
Mama says that tying her hair into the wards makes him stronger.
And further up sits a guard, Egan.
Good. They're burning the pine resin. I hope it will keep us safe.
It always has before. Trust in the old ways.
Mounting our horse, we exit the town via the north into the gloomy Isle of Whispers and Yoren Stars.
You look like someone who's seen the world. I hope I can do the same one day.
What's holding you back?
My father. You've seen how he is. I need to persuade him just to let me leave the bloody keep.
We barely make it through the Isle unmolested, only to find a local flailing in attempts to ward off a mob of Blood Clan marauders. To the northwest, we scale the mountainous ridge onto the Valley of Passing and find what appears to be the entrance to the Weeping Cairns. Hoping this Airidah and her keeping of the dead will see a kinship in us as necromancers. Perhaps she will lend her aid. Yoren, reading the runes, then discovers.
It's sealed, but there's writing. They look like old druid runes. The Song of Wind, the Howl of... Oh no, they're coming.
Hurry.
All right. Ale dugro ani dola nohre do. It's a chant. The chant will open the way. Light, protect us. Hold them off.
Enraged, banshees and vengeful spirits spring forth from their resting place, attempting to overwhelm us. As Yoren continues to chant,
Madarele Fanasa.
The spirit's leader, Hruna the Anguished, untethered itself from its resting place to be met with a myriad of their kind's corpses exploding into fragments that fell them where they float.
It worked. Something's rousing the spirits from their rest. We should make haste within.
Unsure why the spirits Airidah is in charge of were so unruly, we cautiously enter the cairn with considerable consternation. Inside the cairn, we hear a distinct rustling to the east, and Yoren says as we're set upon.
The dead are stirred here as well. Yet, Airidah's absence gives me greater concern.
We then arrive in an eastern chamber, and the boy remarks.
This chamber is just how my father described it.
You've never been here?
This doesn't seem right. Though none involved the restless dead, Airidah would not have barred the path of the dead like this. The spirits should be free to roam within the earth.
Lilith.
Strange. The door is locked with an earthen seal. What was it my father said about this? Ward stones, that's it.
If you bring me one from the nearby cairns, I think I can open the way.
How do you know so much about the druids?
Father always respected their beliefs and customs. It was important that I grew to understand his admiration. Whenever he talked about coming here to meet Airidah, I saw a light in his eyes that rivaled any fire. The two were close, though I think time has seen them drift apart.
Was your mother a druid?
No, but this was her land. She was something of a scholar, preserved local customs and rituals. She passed when I was young, and, well, most of what I know about her is through her writings.
Looking at the empty ruin standing stone, we see a crucial object is missing and begin our hunt for the orb-shaped stone in a western passage. Unsurprisingly, Lilith has left the dead to guard the overgrown wardstone altar. Contending with corpses, we hoist the runestone on our back and make our way to place the stone in its intended resting place.
Le dal hal il oskal. That did it. Maybe this will ease the dead. It's a start, at least.
To the north, we come across a blood-stained druid altar, and Yoren realizes.
Demonic markings.
Lilith's been here.
Something's written on the altar. By stone and root, by tears and pain, we bear this flame that must remain. Dead eyes stained with ash and ember, cursed are we who must remember. Ah, an elegy written by Airidah. This is a memorial to all who died fighting Astaroth.
The weak perish. All us forgotten.
Wait! We are not your enemy!
Then, disembodied voices rise in forms of towering, wretched, vengeful wildwood, their gnarled branches twisted as is their demonic purpose.
Lilith. She must be bending these heroes to her will. Airidah would never stand for it. Unless... Oh, something has happened to her.
We don't know that yet. Come on.
This must be the cairn of the elders. So much... defiled. Demonic scars upon their grave and... druid runes to rouse the dead. These runes... the delicate touch. This is Airidah's work. Why would you be aligned with the demon?
I have seen others fall under Lilith's control.
Airidah was sworn to keep the dead at peace. What do we do?
We'll need to stop her.
Right. Solutions are found ahead, not behind, as Father says.
With the grim reality that Airidah may have fallen under Lilith's sway, just as Nefane had succumbed, we exit the passage to the mountain's top and into the drizzly mountain heights. Departing the cairn, we hear a scream carried on the wind, as does Yoren.
Did you hear that? Something screaming in rage ahead.
The path to the north we find blocked by unsettling fog that hangs against the movable roots jutting out of the path. And to the west, the source of the screams. Risen remains, propped up by a gnarled tree by some form of twisted druidic magics.
Oh no. That was one of the revered dead from the cairns.
Returned to the worms. May they find rest.
Arlo.
Did you think we'd so easily join the dead, lad? How did you find your way up here?
Through the cairns.
Through them? Mighty brave of you. And mighty foolish.
Turning to Arlo and his daughter, we ask, what happened here?
Airidah came through with a horned woman. Not her normal company, to be sure.
Ah. Lilith.
They headed towards Solitude, the top of the hill. The sound of Airidah's talharp I carried with the wind. And then, this madness began. If your aim is to follow them, you won't get far with all this fog. It seems to be drawn to the risen remains. We spotted others in the hills before this one tore from the earth.
I'll stay here and protect these two. The fog is too near to leave them undefended.
The stones defend us, lad. I remember when you were still
I'm staying, Arlo.
Stubborn like your father. That will keep you alive.
Concerned, we ask, before contending with the defiled dead placed by Airidah, now in league with Lilith. Concerned, we ask, why do you stay here?
Much safer than stumbling through all this fog. These huts are more than just stone. My ancestors blessed them to ward off storm and spirit alike.
When the wicked wind starts to moan, best to shelter in the safety of stone.
Right you are, lass.
Where is everyone?
I told them to stay put, but they all fled when the fog crept in.
I'm sure they're safe. They know these hills better than anyone.
But fear has a way of making the wise into fools.
How do you know Yoren?
I'm a friend of his father. Met him in the days of Ash. Saved his life, actually. If you asked him, he'd probably claim he saved mine. Hasn't come up this way in a long while, but he used to. Now and then I'd even go and share a pint with him in his fancy house. That's how I came to know Yoren.
We then check with the young girl, Maisie. Are you alright?
I have enough food to last us weeks. Sharpen my blade too, in case any spirits get too close.
You taught her well.
Not so much to learn from someone like me. The truth is, she's the reason I've lasted so long up here.
Leaving the trio, we are curious about their methods of warding in the stone huts and find a piece from Maisie's journal discussing Airidah.
Airidah came for a visit. Dad gave her salt and water. She thanked him, then went on her way. I wanted to go with, help her sing to the dead, but Dad didn't let me. Said that we share the hills with the druid, but her work is not our work.
In order to dispel this vile mist, we find and destroy not one, but two of the risen remains haunting the decidedly aptly named Wailing Hills.
The fog is thinning now. I should check on Yoren.
With the deadly fog lifted, we easily break the corrupted roots barring our path to the village.
The roads are clear now. We need to get to Braestack. It's safer there.
We've lasted this long and survived worse.
You've been fortunate.
Agreeing with Yoren, we apprise. If Lilith is here, you are still in grave danger.
Braestack. Swarming with those cathedral gobshites.
Please, Arlo. Just for now.
Maybe we should go with him, Dad.
Well, the ale would be welcome.
I will deal with Airidah and Lilith. See them safely to Braestack.
I will. Thank you.
As the trio depart, we fix our sights to the north of the mountain. Solitude. Riding up the wind-swept trail, we hear a disembodied voice carried across the wind.
Have you seen the signs as I have?
Airidah!
Hell is coming, and my people are not ready to face it. Not yet. But you are already strong. Come forward.
Searching for the druid among the stone circle atop the hill, and turning about toward the sound of the Tal Harper's hypnotic tune, we find the aging druid, legs crossed, playing an instrument excitedly, looking over the valley below.
Only one of us will walk away from this. So let's enjoy the storm a moment. Nature's music.
The dead are killing your people as we speak.
Some will die, yes. But that is the way of nature. It is a crucible. It devours the weak and makes the strong stronger. And those who survive, they will save this land from hell.
You've fallen for the demon's lies.
No. This is my choice. Lilith only granted me the power to do what must be done.
And what did you give her?
All things must be earned in the wilds, even knowledge. Prove yourself, and you will have your answers.
Airidah then calls down lightning, and we dodge just in time, flinging a blood spear at her as she vanishes into the storm. Dodging deadly gusts of wind and lightning alike, we frantically keep moving, with one misstep potentially spelling our doom. Mid-fight, Airidah calls upon the dead to protect her, and we turn our attention on them briefly. Using the dead's twisted remains as tools of their fallen ward's downfall, flinging a final shard of blood at her chest that's crystalline form embeds there, she lurches over in pain. Airidah perishes atop her apex of misery.
The stronger prevails. So be it.
What did you give Lilith?
I told her of the wards around Astaroth's prison. How to break them.
Why?
My people have forgotten what it took to defeat Astaroth. They must learn again. If they cannot vanquish him, how can they stand against the full might of hell?
And we take the grim news of her betrayal back to Braystag. Informing Yoren at the town center, I found Airidah.
And? She is at peace now. I hope.
I never thought it would turn out like this. Heroism and sacrifice are often entwined in the course of fate. My mother's words. I must tell Father what has happened. What Lilith has done. We cannot let her destroy anything else.